fighting doesn't hit you.
I mean, you could probably just move and he won't catch you because there's people in the way. But
I mean, his passive fighting, if I just move on its own, might be enough to hit me.
yeah, but you could activate acrobatic defense. And
Then I can only move like this.
Yeah, he wouldn't move far, so he's gonna
I'm
sprint.
trying to move to this.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, sure. All right.
Go, brother.
I
As
thought you were
essentially,
trying to run away.
like, basically in the cover as the other horse runs away, using that sudden moment to make a dash to the side, and essentially, possibly as he's getting swung at by the Guard of the West, just sliding underneath the blade, quickly rolling and sprinting over to here with his blades drawn.
All right. This man up here will.
You should yield.
He yields. Just sort of drops the crossbow. I think they're just like, seeing that the knights and such are dying. He's not getting paid enough for this. He's not a personal guard. He's a crossbowman, so he'll get that. He just basically just puts down the weapon. And just says, yield.
All right.
These two, however, well, where's this fucker? I mean, no, there's no way they can hit him. They don't want to stay here, so they'll just look over, see the guard there, and try to assist him by shooting Varen.
Like,
Why?
and not like this guard by shooting Mancer, seeing as how he's closer.
Nah, fucking.
The other one will do that.
Okay. All right.
They want to stay right next to me. This will be fun.
4 degrees.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be 28 points of damage with 2 piercing.
So that's yeah.
That's 28 minus 9. Then
19.
that's 19. You could take multiple injuries.
I could, yeah. Let's take 2 injuries.
Well, 19 would then bring it down to 9, and you don't have enough health for that.
You'd have to take 3 injuries.
Yeah.
3 injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You would. So you have.
I
8
didn't even
health.
think you could. Like.
You can take multiple.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't specify how many.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll take 3 injuries.
I mean, or you could take a wound if you don't want those injuries. I mean,
No, I'd rather take it injuries.
You- Then you take 4 health out.
Yeah.
that crossbow
Great.
bolt gets you pretty good. It's like, oh shit, crossbow.
And this guy will basically just like, nope.
I guess I get my free attack against him, which would be
Yes, you do.
which is passive 19,
19 would then passively be 3 degrees.
which would be 15.
15 will kill him, yeah. Well, seeing that, the other one just sort of he throws his crossbow away, seeing as his friend gets stabbed and dies as he turns around, and says, "Yield, I yield."
He doesn't have a great reaction to you.
Technically a great reaction to you.
Kill him.
Yeah,
he hasn't shot anyone.
Yeah, he hasn't shot anyone, so
That's right.
He has got a greater
That's
action.
true. That's true.
Oh.
He does.
Scarred here will get. No,
poor guy.
sometimes Mancer stabs people instead of punching them, but this is not that time. 'Cause he's only marginally better with his weapon, so he doesn't really care about being marginally better. Come on.
Lay good hype.
Oh,
Oh,
that is pretty terrible.
Holy shit!
That is,
all of
He does
might
hit
be
with 1 degree.
that is the worst roll I've seen. That many die.
Yeah, I guess he tries to punch it, and a dog hangs off of his arm. And he tries to hit the guy, and it just doesn't go well.
Answer Laygood's dream of just fucking fighting someone who's not a dog.
He doesn't like fighting dogs. He doesn't like punching a dog. It doesn't feel good to him.
No.
I shall move forward and stab at thee as he does. Trying to take out this guard here. He is nice and uninjured, and yep, that is 3 degrees, which he does enough damage to kill the man. Just moving up, giving him a quick up through the shoulder guard into the man, just making him like fall across the horse. That panics a little bit, but you know. Leo, well, looks to the last guard. Like at this point, there's no. He sees this battle as won. She will walk forward and just say, "Yield, sir. You have lost. There is no reason to throw your life away here. We will treat you honorably." As well, the man will attempt to yield at first opportunity. I guess technically some of you have turns before that, but the dogs will be put down easily enough, and they will yield. And,
we can end the combat, I think.
I'm not gonna snipe shoot someone that Leo Tyrell has considered be yielding.
As what does Ren do with the crossbowman over here? Who's like, nope, done. I yield.
Throw his weapon way out of reach, and yeah, yielded.
No one saw that. Stab him.
Technically, the chivalry code only says that nobility and knights can yield.
That's true.
Normal peasant folk don't get that right, but generally it's considered sort of courteous to allow them to anyway.
Sure. It's good sport.
Yeah, you don't have to, but it's if you can.
Now, if this guy was the one yielding to Ren, he might have considered it differently.
Yeah, you will go and says, "Fetch the horses if you can." People sort of.
Will for a moment sit down and check out his injuries.
I'll try and
go after the horse that ran away.
Ren will try and gather and calm him down, since Ren has a bit of experience with horses.
And while the others are busy taking the horses,
Don't let Leo see, okay?
yeah, he will try to make sure that Leo is not close to him.
Right.
Alric tries to position himself in the way.
So Ashra looks sort of slightly.
That's gonna
confused
rest
at
my
the two of
tower
you,
shield
looking
here.
to Alaric and looking to.
Alaric just shakes his head in dismay.
So it's
Varen for now
are you
just
alright?
sits there.
Peek around the corner.
Sits there and checks out his wound, his arrow wound. Yeah, I'll be fine.
just nods.
Gets
Goes to get
Gets
a
out the
horse.
jar.
Then he will make sure that this guy is dead by stabbing him in the throat, and then he will take out the jar and take one eye from him.
While Alaric mumbles curses, like Varen's despicable habit.
Yeah.
Prefer
wish I didn't
desert
have to.
paintings at this point.
Yeah.
He says like I
Undoubtedly.
take no joy in this. I did wish I didn't have to.
I take no joy in
What
this.
does
A smile.
How does
No, he
what
doesn't
does
smile.
Bree do
He's very serious.
with her prisoner?
Bree,
gonna do- No, yeah.
Right here. Bree will see him he throws on the crossbow. And she didn't really want to exert herself. She understands that some people make bad decisions, and she's in a really good mood. So she'll have him sit down position, and she'll sit down next to him. And she'll put her hands in her lap, and she'll look at him and smile and say, "We'll wait here."
He just sort of nods and kicks his weapon away a little bit with his foot down the hill and just sort of stands there, politely waiting, sweating.
That's what Bree does. She also, in part, while being magnanimous, is also enjoying the terror that she can cause in people. So she gets a rush from that.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Some of the horses have run away at this point, but a few of them can be gathered up, which should make the travel quite a bit faster, as people can take turns on them and whatnot. Staying a bit more fresh. Leo looks at the men he has gathered here. and looks over towards Ray and says, "Maiden Caladan, if you would."
Bree perks her head up and like stands up and then moves to like lift the crossbow man up to his feet. Let's go.
He'll stand and he'll go,
All right.
understanding sort of what's asked of him. Just sort of go over here,
Here,
sit with
be
the
the
rest.
prisoner of this 12-year-old girl.
As you while
You're
the
right.
horses can gather will say, ordinarily it is the right of nobility and knights to yield. But I am willing to allow you to go. I will not even take your things or dishonor you by disarming you or stripping you. All I will do is I will take the horses. John says there's a guard post about 2 days' journey back along the road. In walking speed, you should be able to get there before you will be critically without food or water. Because I would suggest that you leave the heavier pieces of armor behind. You should, when you return, leave these forces. You should go to a small farm, become a shepherd in these mountains. I fear that soon these lands will have greater need of food than soldiers. So just looks a little back and says, when we've gathered the horses we can, we'll try to catch up with the rest. Leave these men here.
Did Kevin find the commander's horse?
Yes.
All right. He come back with that one then. Looks over to Ren. Are you all right?
He takes a second. His extreme pride may be broken a little bit now. He kind of looks down at his arm and kind of rubs it a little bit, the blood coming off. It's been a while since anything's done that.
Kevin nods and says, yeah, it's rare indeed to actually see you hit there. Maybe you're getting old, huh? He pokes him a little bit in the shoulder, smiling with a little bit uncertain smile.
I don't think that's that much of a problem, he mutters, giving a look back over to Sir Alaric. I've got a while to go before I catch up to that.
Kevin, like you hear like a muffled like snort from him as he tries to stifle his laughter.
Alaric
Looking
looks
over
fine.
at ancient Sir Alaric over there.
I said, Brendan did lower his voice saying that. But
Asher with his grey hairs,
It's a wonder, these I guess, old relics and all that.
Bren can't help but chuckle in return now.
Now, speaking of crumbling
awareness is.
speaking of crumbling ruins, where's the? Did we pass like a town or something? Since I missed some stuff. Have we
No.
passed the town?
there was no town.
Nope.
Just
God
It is the mountains generally. You're on the slope traveling downwards basically from Castamere. There's very little people here that even it's just mostly mountainsides with like trees on there.
Mhm.
If there people live here, it's probably just like a cabin with someone. There are every few days there seemed to be like a guard post where you stole the initial horses and took their food and water. But beyond that, there's very few people here. The more people live in the lowlands, a little closer to the water. Mostly these roads are just maintained really to transport the nice amounts of gold sometimes in the great caravans, gold caravans that go here. Like if not for the gold, this would be like the houses here would be destitute, really.
So, how many horses did we get?
The ones that are here now.
Do they have saddlebags with food and water?
Some of them do, yeah.
Fantastic.
Though they don't seem to have packed the barded ones heavily with anything. The other ones do have some food and water on them.
It's too bad Varen is hurt. Otherwise, he could run next to the horses and keep up perfectly.
I mean, he still can, but it's not really good for him to do that.
Hard physical activity.
Yeah,
I
well,
guess we'll put wounded people on the horses first. I guess that's easier, right, for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Statistically, it makes the heal checks and the recovery checks easier. to have
Right,
those
on the horses you go, wounded people.
And I'll put them back on the road.
If possible, I wouldn't actually mind now riding a little bit. Just so my own injury doesn't get worse.
Kevin will.
I'm not that fortuitous.
Mm-hmm. Look at this collection we have up here.
So many horses.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yoink.
Like, you know. A little band
Oh.
of horses here. So
I guess, can you ride two on a horse? Because Kevin could
Yeah.
ride with Ren, I
Yeah,
guess.
if you're not like super huge, then yeah.
He is not, no.
Baron
He's
should have
actually...
one bard
Ho-
horse.
horses don't particularly like having two people riding on them, but they can.
Kevin is pretty small, actually. He's lithe, like an archer, you know.
You have two live people getting on the horse. It's fine.
Manser doesn't ride unless Lord Terrell will take a horse, because otherwise
two
no one
bonus
else wants
sizes.
to.
He got 2 bonus sizes in strength, so he doesn't have that much strength, but he's deft, you know, he's ripped.
You can get one.
Meanwhile, I'll be driving because I have animal handling.
Yes, that's better if you do. And I can shoot from the horseback, because that's the kind of bow I have.
Oh,
Oh, Dornish!
Manser will, in a not sort of hidden voice, say that Bree really should ride.
Bree will counter that she will take a horse if Manser takes the other horse. Bree gets a little bit about Manser's thing. With some layered insinuation, perhaps jibing about, like, wouldn't want to inconvenience the lady here.
Well, fine.
that's gonna make
Eden would never have let him down about it if he made the maiden walk. Refusing to ride himself. Should have back control.
And while Dorian does really work well on a horse, Dorian, you know, is uninjured, and where we reach this point.
Yeah, he doesn't see many charges coming up.
the number of uninjured is going down.
Working on it.
Yeah.
As we get going, Kevin will ride a little bit to sort of catch his breath, and then he'll probably, from time to time, slip off the horse and then run, you know, scouting duty again up front. Or down back,
Sure.
as it goes.
Eventually, Longthorn will switch out and let Red Wine ride instead. Once, you know, people are in the horses and they can't sort of as easily hop down and say, no, my lord, take mine. You know.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really need as much as the younger man. He is, as it turns out, pretty well trained.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
As you basically continue on down towards the lowlands, well, as low as they get in the Westlands, it is all just hills and mountains sides up here, especially in the northern part. Down by south of Lannisport, there's a bit of the lowland, but yeah, you eventually sort of traveling for a few more days, and I think we should just take a few more injury rolls, if you will,
Alright.
to see how those progress.
How many exactly?
How many injuries do you have? We'll
3.
go up to a week, so that would be like
Oh,
5.
cool.
Well, like yeah, at least.
Yeah, if you said for people riding on a horse, it can go down to light with difficulty, which
Yep.
means 6.
Although, admittedly, we did just get in some strenuous activity there.
Yes. So yeah, it'll be fine though.
I was just rolling off of the highest injury difficulty of 12, so I did well enough.
Yeah.
That's my injury gone.
And I didn't get injured that combat. Yeah.
You did exert yourself though, which means it's going to hurt for the wound.
And you were taking care of people's injuries who were horribly wounded. Yeah.
Yes, I got the 2 horribly wounded. Kevin had 2 of the less wounded people, and Bree refused service. So.
Sure. Kevin he definitely is not good at this as his brother. He has, like, I imagine, like, Ren has tried to teach him, and he's like, I just don't get it.
I imagine part of it is the fact that maybe, Kevin wants, like, some more, like, like factual information. And just with my lack of knowledge, I can't give you factual information. It's the experience.
Also, he doesn't like the blood. He doesn't really like the blood too much.
Just stick your hand in there and get.
And he's like, I don't know. I think you should do it.
But you're mostly on stability duty for the most part. But once you can get 2 people, and the people riding on horses, the DC is only 9 if they haven't been fighting. So
do your two rolls, Jonas, and then we'll have a dark to his.
I'll do mine.
The horribly injured people would certainly die if they were left on their own right now.
Okay. So one of them people is stabilized. The other person gets 2 wounds back.
All right.
Injuries. On a horse. Sorry. Oh yeah, for injuries that would be
2 wounds back. Yes, I have magic hands.
Well, if you've got light, the DC is not that bad if it's only light.
And then those who have a wound will have to do their wound test at the end of the weekend. You have done strenuous activity, so it's a high DC.
DC 21.
If you have been fighting, which all your player characters have done.
And if you fail by 5 or more, you get an infection.
Yep. And
unless you have a doctor treating you.
Travel is 15.
Unless if you're on a horse, so as Manikai said, and you haven't been, you're going down to 9.
Well, Manikai just said that you've all been fighting.
You have been in battle. That means you have taken strenuous activity.
For me,
whatever might have healed has been torn and ripped up a little bit. Those 2, however, that's on Ren to take care of those guys. Like left on their own, they're pretty screwed in that manner. Especially even on horseback, they would need like bed rest and all the support they could get to come up back by themselves.
Well, how are the medic? We're doing that now, or?
Sure, we can start with that.
Okay. Manikai, what DC is it to diagnose exactly what was wrong with them? The base DC is 12, but may go down depending on exactly the nature of the wounds and based on like other factors, like have I seen how it was caused?
We caused the wounds.
Yes.
We'll do 9 then.
9
to see exactly what's wrong with them.
In which case, this will. Who should I do first? Which one?
Pain. Do Pain.
Very well. Pain will go first. What? Yes, I diagnosed his wounds.
He fell from the top of a wall.
Face first into jagged rocks.
He's got quite some fractures and generally just
being handled and yielding.
And now I will roll his
Bree handled.
Yeah,
I like that's a trademark now. Bree
handled. Now I will roll my check to actually heal his wound, which since he hasn't been taking activity will be 9. That's a 31, which is 3 wounds.
Ow.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty good.
He gains back 3 wounds in 1 week.
Yep. Well, sadly, he's not entirely healed, but he is well on his way. You've done incredible work with him.
I am the doctor.
Maester Cole nods sagely from.
This is why you keep me alive.
Yeah, no, Maester Cole is like, yes, very good.
No, because 0 leeches were used. 0 leeches were used.
And, in a situation where you don't have leeches.
Amateurish, but workable.
It's true. Yeah. If I could have leeches, maybe I'd consider them.
Let's see how Sir Keese has been handled then.
Sure. Let's see how well I diagnose his wounds first. Okay. that was a base. Well, actually, that was okay. That's 1 degree of success. So I only get 5 dice, not 6.
Oh no.
There's all that armor in the way. It's difficult to tell.
He hasn't taken off the armor. He just
And
uses.
that would be 1 short of 3. That's 2.
2 wounds.
Yep, 2 wounds back. I was 1
Still
short. Of
damn
getting 3.
impressive.
If I had gotten to keep that free from rolling higher on my diagnosis, I would have.
Weirdly enough, Dim Payne seems to be doing better than Keys now. But maybe Ren paid extra attention to him because he
Possibly
was
because he
worse
did fall
off.
from a building.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I believe it is Kieran, if you want to.
Who exactly is Kevin going to be rolling for? Is the question.
Who he's rolling for?
Yes.
Well, Marbrand would be the one, and I suppose one of you would be the other one.
Baron.
If
Do
you
I-
want to.
Do I run the
but,
risk of actually hurting these people?
No,
No,
you
you
don't
can't.
hurt
hurt
them.
them.
You fate
Oh.
check.
Yeah, that's the
Just-
reason.
So I'll
you
try
sustain them.
to diagnose Marbrand then, I guess.
You can attempting to diagnose would not do anything if you don't have any bonus dice. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. In that case, we'll just try to do something.
Do what you know.
Little I know. 11.
Again,
It's
No.
DC
You
was
didn't
9,
fight,
right?
so it's a 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you help take care of it.
Is that
So
a
if it's
wound?
DC 9, doesn't Keys get 3 wounds healed then?
Keys DC 9. But no, it's not each degree is 1 wound. It's the 1st degree is 1 wound, 2nd degree is 1 wound, the 4th degree is 1 wound.
Yeah.
Not the 3rd.
It's fucking weird.
Because
So,
the reason why it's
Mark-
worded as a success heals 1 wound, and every 2 successes heals another 1.
Oh, that's weird.
Which
So
makes you-
Marbrand gets a wound, and then we'll take a look at Baron.
Okay.
It's probably not,
Well,
because
no.
he's not fighting.
He's been fighting, so he'll just keep everything he has there.
Kiefer just looks at Baron's body, he just shakes his head, like, I
Eric
Eric
can't.
Prester will
I mean,
take
you
care of
clean the
himself.
wound. It's not
Points at the bolt like
And Mensa gets better by himself.
As his
Then
will
we
says.
have Bree.
Unsurprisingly, Bree's arm, her shoulder that was so viciously cut into by Rob Rain's longsword, doesn't get better whenever she slams that arm into a crossbowman and knocks him off like a hill, causing him to break his neck. That puts her at 2 wounds and makes it more difficult for her to even do things like with 2 penalty dice, like her even handling the horse. Basically consists of her getting angrier at the horse.
Turns out there's a bit of an infection going on there that Kevin hasn't even taken care of. Nor has Ren. Damn, they're cold people.
She